Welcome to English with Teacher. I'm Teacher. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day. So today we are doing advanced English and Bible study. Yay! So we're going to be doing reading, and then we're going to be going back and we're going to be talking about it, discussing it. It's about pronunciation in the reading. Then it's about comprehension and being able to express your ideas in English. So we are doing this out of the Bible. We are in Acts. Acts is a great book. Acts and Romans are probably two of the best books in the Bible. So I got to throw Matthew in there too. I really like Matthew. But anyways, we are in Acts chapter 2, and we are doing verses 1 to 13. It gets a little awkward because the Bible has like breaks in it of topics. This is a short one. The next one's a really long one. So, yeah, it's not always even, the lessons. But anyways, that being said, it's going to be a great lesson. So, I will be doing this with my absolutely wonderful, astounding, and ever-charming co-host. So, ma'am, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hello teacher. Hello everyone. My name is Sim. I'm Vietnamese.
Thank you very much for joining me all the way from Vietnam, Miss Sim. So, let's start out, and I will get you to please read the verses in front of you.
Yes. Let's start. The Holy Spirit comes on the day of Pentecost.
Okay, hang on. Just because this is going to repeat itself a few times. Pentecost.
Pentecost.
Cost.
Cost.
Right. Pentecost.
Yeah. Pentecost. All the believers were meeting together in one place. Suddenly, there was a sound from heaven like the roaring of a mighty windstorm, and it filled the house where
Hang on.
they
Go
were.
back and do that right. And.
Where
No. And.
it filled the house
There's that S.
where they were sitting. Then was what looked like flames or tongues of fire appeared and settled on each of them, and everyone present was filled with the Holy Spirit and began speaking in other languages. As
Language. Whoa.
language,
Okay, look at the word.
yes, language,
Languages.
yes, languages,
Right.
as the Holy Spirit gave them this ability. At that time, there were devout Jews from every nation living in Jerusalem. When they heard the loud noise, everyone came running, and they were bewildered to hear their own languages being spoken by the believers. They were completely amazed How can this be? They exclaimed. These people are all from Galilee, and yet we hear them speaking in our own native languages. Here we are Persians, Medes, Elamites, people from Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, the province of Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, and the Asians of Libya around Cyrene, visitors from Rome, both Jews and converts to Judaism, Christians and Arabs, and we are here these people speaking in our own languages about the wonderful things God has done. They stood there amazed and perplexed. What can it mean? They asked each other.
Whoa.
But they asked
Asked.
it.
Where's the S?
Asked.
Asked.
Asked each other. But others in the crowd ridiculed them, saying they are just drunk, that's all.
I'm going to start bugging you about that because you drop your S's.
Yeah.
And it's not a you thing, it's a Vietnamese thing, okay? But you're so good at speaking English, I want to fix that. Okay, so if I keep reminding you, it's going to be, you're going to get in the habit of fixing it. So I'm not picking on you, you're just doing so good that there's fewer things that I need to fix with your English. Awesome job. Okay, so let's go back and talk about this.
Yes. One is this is the day of Pentecost. All believers will gather in one place, and there was a sound from heaven like the roaring of a mighty windstorm.
The
And,
roaring.
Roaring
Right.
of a mighty windstorm. And then what looked like flames or tongues of fire appeared and set on each of them. Such like a ritual.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yes. And all the people present there began to speak in different languages. And Jews from every nation living in Jerusalem, when they heard the
Okay,
loud noise.
hang on. That's so the base word is here. Okay, excuse me. I have this word is pronounced heard, not
Heard.
heard.
Okay.
It's an English thing. Anyways,
Yes. They heard
heard,
the loud.
heard.
Heard. Okay. They heard the loud noise, and come running, and we conversed when they heard the believers speaking in their own languages.
Awesome. You used the
And,
right form of the word and you pronounced it right. Very good, very good.
Yeah. And they were amazed at that. And they think, how can this be? And they hear them speaking by our native languages,
By their.
by their.
They
Yes.
heard, so because it was they, right? If
Yes.
we heard, it's ours. If they heard, it's theirs.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And they heard their native languages, and have a lot of people coming from many different countries, and they all
Heard.
heard in their own language about what God had done.
Awesome.
Yes. And like Parthians, Medes.
Oh, don't go through that. Don't.
Yes.
There's way too many nationalities mentioned there. No, don't go through that. And the thing is, you're never going to see these names anywhere except in the Bible, right? You see
Yes.
Judea, Egypt, Libya, Rome.
Yes.
There's a few of them that you're going to see, but most of them you'll never see again. So don't worry about them.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, very good, very good. So I want to go back and I want to talk about this a little bit. Okay. So
Yes.
what it's talking about is the Holy Spirit. So when you become a Christian, the Holy Spirit wakes up inside you. Okay? I don't know if the Holy Spirit comes into you or if it's always there and it just wakes up. Because we're a creation of God, it might always be there. So, but anyways, that so basically what happened with these guys is when they became Christian and the Holy Spirit came to them and woke up inside them, it gave them the ability to talk in a foreign language. Okay?
Yes.
Now, this plays out differently for everyone. For me, this isn't something that's there all the time. But when God needs me to express something to someone,
Yeah.
He will give me words beyond my knowledge. Okay? So
Okay.
God will give me an ability it when it fits his purpose of glorifying him and promoting him and helping others. He'll give me the ability to do that when I need it.
Okay.
Okay? And there's many times when I've been talking to someone and God's just put it on me to say this, and okay, and I say it, and the person will just be like, wow, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Okay?
Yeah.
And I know it's not for me because I'm not that smart. So so and it's not like I said, it's not the same. I've heard of people speaking an entirely new language, like
Yes.
going to a Spanish country and giving a 1-hour sermon in Spanish, and they didn't know any Spanish. Okay? There was a lady who was doing missions work, and she went to this country like 4 times. She didn't speak a word of the language, and she couldn't learn it. Finally, the last time she went, she was just speaking it. Right? So God said, okay, now you can do it. And he gave her an ability that she didn't naturally possess. Okay?
Yes.
So this is what it's talking about with the Holy Spirit. I think a lot of my teaching, I don't know if it's partially the Holy Spirit, but it's mainly God, the way God designed me. Because everybody's brain is different. God designs everyone differently, and everybody's brain is different is good at a different puzzle.
Okay.
So there's the way you're designed, your gifting, and there's this thing of the Holy Spirit when you need something, and it's critical for God, for his kingdom, right? God, the Holy Spirit will give you the ability when you need it. So that's what it's talking about here. When the Holy Spirit came into them, it gave them abilities they didn't have. So they could tell people about God in languages that they didn't speak.
Yes.
Okay. This wasn't just for you. This is for everybody watching. So that's the basic gist of how God works. And like I said, it's happened to me quite often. God's given me the ability to see things, to explain things, to talk to people. And it's just, when I need it, it's there. So that's like the only way that I can really explain it. But you did an awesome job. We're going to keep working on those S's, those pesky little S's in the middle of the words.
Yes.
As I say, that's not a you thing. That's a very Vietnamese thing. S's and R's in the middle of the words tend to be silent in Vietnam. So it's just to clean things up a little bit and reduce your accent when you're talking to people. Because speaking to someone who's an English speaker, I can understand you, okay?
Yes.
But if you're speaking English to someone who's not a native English speaker, they're going to have a lot more trouble understanding you if you have an accent. Right?
Yes.
So it's like, I can speak English to you. I'm a native English speaker. But if I was a native Spanish or French speaker and I had a thick accent, you would have a lot of difficulty trying to understand me.
Yes.
Yeah, so cleaning up those little things helps you if you're talking with someone in China, someone from China who's English, right? Or someone from France or Germany who comes to visit, who has a thicker accent and has a little bit of trouble understanding English. So this is why we need to be picky about the little things. Eventually, right? I don't start this with new students because it's too much. But like I said, you're getting so skilled and you're getting to the point where we can do this, and it's a really good thing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. It was an awesome lesson. Like I said, Acts is full of, it has a lot of knowledge in it. So this is why you're advanced, and I want to be able to talk to you about this. You're advanced and you're open, so I can talk to you about the Christian perspective on these things. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for joining me, and thank you everyone at home for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned from it, and I hope to see you all in the next lesson. Have a great day.